Welcome to PostgreSQL Secrets. In this video, you're going to find out how to manage PostgreSQL efficiently and by yourself. Without frustration, without wasting time, without experience of PostgreSQL, and of course, without spending hours on the web looking for complicated YouTube videos. I will give you my 3 secrets to manage key elements, prioritize tasks with a clear method. Secret number 1. You will learn how to use PostgreSQL database with a clear strategy from theory to practice, all laid out for you and broken down piece by piece. Secret number 2. How to run one or more database without any prerequisite of PostgreSQL or Linux. You will also master 3 vital tools and 7 advanced solutions. Secret number 3. How to prioritize tasks to solve issues like restoring, replication, performances, upgrades. I will also show you how to anticipate outages before they happen. That is not all. If you stay until the end, I will give you a present. Before that, let me tell you who this video is for. Experienced DBAs in another database management system, sysadmins, ops, and database engineers in general, junior DBAs with little experience who need more practice and more in-depth knowledge. Here is the issue. It is mandatory to know how to save and restore a database, an instance. There are numerous softwares, all different and specific. They all need time to learn and experiment. Doing this by yourself is very time consuming. Wasted time adds to frustration, and then giving up leads to feeling of failure. Maybe you also have suffered performance degradations or sudden outages and breakdown without knowing why. Seen performance issues on a server getting slower and slower, queries with unpredictable or unsatisfying execution time. Or you simply don't know what to do on a regular basis to avoid degradations. This leads to more stress, confusion, and more frustration, with more hours spent on the internet. Finally, maybe you have failed to upgrade your instances with short downtime, or simply don't know how. Maybe you have very old versions of PostgreSQL and you just don't know where to start. You feel these tasks are too difficult and too time-consuming. You cannot make sense of everything by yourself. The problem is that you might have tried to follow a standard training remotely or on-premise, and it did not work for you. These training sessions are incomplete. They do not help you learn and retain learning. They're out of context most of the time, and most important, they are about theory and not practice. And after this training, you are alone. There's no follow-up. Another problem you might have faced is to follow tutorials on YouTube or obscure blog posts. And that did not work out either. These contents are highly specific and very often not what suits your needs, or you just have no idea how to make use of it in your case. All these videos are very long and cover too much material or are not what you're looking for. Finally, you might have tried to find solutions on forums or in the docs, but nothing makes sense and you don't know where to start most of the time. There are many sources telling opposite things. And well, you did not get results either. Once again, forums give very specific answers, and these are hard to adapt to a real-life case. Sometimes they speak of personal experience and might not suit your needs. The docs are thousands of pages long and all different for every version of Postgres. The real problem is that all I have covered here does not work because all these methods are too short, out of your scope, out of context, almost only theoretical and not practical enough. And you might also have noticed how much time and effort it takes. Moreover, after all this, you're by yourself. There is no one to turn to. What you actually need is a clear strategy and, most importantly, practical. A teaching that adapts to you, your context, your schedule, your progress, your way of learning. Text, visuals, audio, video, and examples. An expert tutor who can answer all your questions inside and outside of a course whenever you are stumped on an issue. This solution will allow you to manage any PostgreSQL database in 6 weeks' time, help prioritize tasks, master the necessary tools, never get stuck, and always have someone to ask your questions. We're going to see the details of this solution together. But before that, let me introduce myself. Who am I? My name is Emmerich Tabakov. I'm a database expert, and I help those who want to learn PostgreSQL become independent and fully trained. Quickly, no wasting time, no frustration, no stress. My story. A few years ago, when I was a beginner, I started with a pen and paper and some books. It was hard work and frustrating. After a while, I entered a very standard training with a very reputable company. At first, I was excited, but when I got out of my training, I realized I was missing quite a lot. I thought I had wasted my time and money, $2,500 at the time. I felt I did not know much more than before I started the course. In any case, it wasn't what I needed. It took me years to come across a piece of information that made me understand that this is not the way to learn for most people, including me. I learned about learning, memory, and how the brain works with new pieces of information, and then it clicked. This was all too theoretical and not practical enough. I also needed visuals and a practical approach to gain confidence. My conclusion was obvious. I need to do first and learn theory afterwards in the context. And I should not learn without meaning. I needed the proper motivation to learn and find answers to these questions: what, how, why, when. And everything fell into place. I'm independent now. I can learn and memorize anything. I find solutions quickly. This made me calmer whenever a great crisis arises. Here is my profile on an independent contractor platform. Here are some articles that I wrote. Those are in French, but I have some in English too, mostly about performance and benchmarking. Some useful links to find me on GitHub and Malt. Let's go back to our solution. To manage PostgreSQL efficiently and by yourself, you need to follow this method in 5 steps. Step number 1, the bulletproof installation. Different types of installation. I'll cover all of them so that you know what they are. Pick the right one for you. The minimal configuration, the advanced configuration. You will know exactly how to install in any given context. You will understand the essential parameters to leverage the best configuration. Step 2, BNR, backup and restore. Logical backups and how to make it fast. Logical restore, including a couple of tricks and hacks to make it more flexible. Physical backup, with one essential tool and 2 optionals. Physical restore, including PITR. You will be able to guarantee backups and restore and implement a full policy. Step 3, BR2, the replication method. How replication works, the replication modes, physical or logical, and all the different options and how to choose one. Start from a primary, the simple version. Start from a backup, the more advanced version. Replication will have no secrets for you anymore. You will know how to set it up in any situation and how to fix it. Step 4. Maintenance. Performance degradation factors, vital maintenance operations, the secrets to optimize these operations, the things to monitor to avoid incidents and outages. You will be able to find a solution for global slowdown and avoid a disk fall. Step 4. Continued user management. The roles explained, the marathon technique to manage privileges, the lazy technique to manage privileges, understanding privileges, how they work. You'll get a practical explanation in simplified privilege management. Step 5. DiskIS, performance troubleshooting. Identify the types of slowing down. Method dis. Optimize for reads and for writes. Method KISS. Problems and solutions with a cheat sheet that can help you find a solution for any given problem regarding indices, queries, or others. You'll get a step-by-step guide to find cause and choose the appropriate solution for each performance issue. Step 6. Up to date. Why update or upgrade? This is a very important part of an argumentation here. What are updates? What are upgrades? How they differ from one another? How to upgrade version with 8 different ways. How to upgrade the operating system as well. This is another way of doing this. Some security measures. You will get all the information to choose the right method and upgrade stress-free. A bonus, time management. What are RTO and RPO and how to work with them. How to prioritize tasks. The COOP, the continuity of operation planning. When to run which maintenance tasks, cheat sheet. This will help you know when to do what you need to do. The Pareto and KISS principles apply to database. Working more by doing less. This will save you a lot of time. A guide to help DBA manage time, keep efficiency, and become proactive. This will help you a lot. Bonus 2, communication management. What it means to be an expert. Sometimes it can be hard to be perceived as an expert, but you have to play the part. I'll show you how to. LNPS method. This is a way of taking the issue that someone brings you, turning it into a solution, and not adapting a solution to whatever the person wants. Get others to see things your way, because sometimes it's quite difficult to be heard. At the end, you'll know how to communicate, avoid conflicts, and have people accept your point of view almost every time. Bonus number 3, security. This one's important. You'll have tools to manage passwords, the PostgreSQL firewall explained and how to use it, 1,000 tricks to make life very hard for hackers. I actually have a Bible about this. And a complete catalog to secure your instances. Bonus number 4, the special files. How to navigate the open source community, the basics of Linux and LVM, reliable external sources and how to find them, because sometimes you can find a lot of garbage on the internet, use cases in complete analytics, architectures to put solutions in front of specific problems, and monitoring and alerting. You'll have all the essential informations to make your DBA's life easier. Once you have implemented this solution, you'll be able to manage any and all databases by yourself. So let's recap. There's the workout with the bulletproof installation, the BNR for backup and restore, WR2 for replication, maintenance strategy, user management, the disk is troubleshooting, the up-to-date method, my security Bible, time management, communication management, and the special files. But that's not all, because there's also the workshop with group demonstrations, with live Q&As every week, and access for life. And the tutelage, me following your progress, questions directly to me out of hours on a specific channel, with access until you reach proficiency on the workout. And I'll be able to answer all your questions. I'll be able to answer all your questions, connecting once every day. And if a problem needs to be solved, taking more time, I will take it. The tutelage, me following your progress, questions directly to me out of hours on a specific channel that I will connect to every day to answer all your questions, with an access until you reach proficiency on the workout. As I was saying at the beginning, I want to give you a 30-minute private call with me. This way you can better understand how to set up this strategy, and together we can find a way to make it work for you. I usually charge this situation assessment $200, but I have decided to offer this call to the first-time callers. But that's not all. If you're among the first-time callers, you will also get my 3 confidential files: autopilot partitioning and subpartitioning templates and tools, the absolute guide for parallel query, the auto vacuum tuning cookbook with an autopilot trick. This call is for those who want to enter this program: expert DBAs in a different database management system, beginners willing to perfect their training, sysadmins, ops, and database engineers looking for practical know-how. To participate, all you have to do is click on the button below the video. Just look for a time slot available that suits you, and then follow the instructions to guide you. Don't waste any time. I only keep 10 slots.